Okay, so this is the prototype for my next hydroponics system. So nothing's glued up yet, but this is the general layout. So we've got two big 60-litre tubs there, lids off for now, with a pipe that's full of water siphoning between them. There's a super powerful submersible pump in there, pumps water up that pipe, down that one, turns a bend, down that one, and then drains out into the planter beds. And then they've all got holes in the bottom that drains down this corrugated stuff into this tray and then back in the bucket. So previously I had the pump coming up and just out. That worked well, got lots of food, but it's quite noisy. I feel sorry for the neighbours. So this section on the right, on the left here, serves two purposes. Number one, it acts as sort of a damper. It catches the big flush of water and quiets everything down, and it sort of drains out these pipes rather than being blasted out them. And the other thing is that I'm gonna make these holes bigger, the right size to fit some net cups, and we're gonna grow some lettucey stuff over that side, some low shrubby stuff, because this stuff over here is going to be very tall. I haven't got the net in yet. It's there, but I string up some sort of tall thing. I had a lot of difficulty last time keeping the stuff from growing into the net, so I want to try to avoid that this time. Yeah, nothing's glued, so it's sort of lashed together. So let's give it a pump. So at the moment I have got there's my control box over there. It's out of the loop. It's just hardwired and it goes off the float switch on the submersible pump. So let's give it a blast and see if I can avoid getting my phone wet. So lift up the float switch, slush, slush, and there goes the water out there. And then, because the holes for the net cups aren't the full size yet, it builds up enough back pressure and then starts fountaining out of those. So yeah, the microcontroller I've got running the switching has an on time and off time for the duration of the pumping. So if I have it run for just enough time to wet everything and get a decent amount of water through the beds, and then it all drains back in. So the aggregate is this drainage gravel. I don't know, it's 15 mil on the side. So a lot of this has been sitting out in the rain, and I was previously using it for hydroponics that will have lost all of its pH affecting properties, but there's a couple of bags of new stuff in there, so I'm going to have to run this for a while and flush the water out and replace the water and add some pH buffer in there to keep everything happy. And I've got some seedlings in a pot down there getting ready to plant. So I'm thinking zucchinis, sorry, not zucchinis, cucumbers, some snow peas, some bok choy, and some iceberg lettuce, and maybe some tomatoes. I'll try capsicums again. I didn't have much luck with capsicum last time, but we'll see how we go. So we've got some dribbling over here, so we're losing water, which is bad because once we start adding nutrients in, we're going to start losing nutrients. But this is just to get everything laid out and get the pipes the right sizes and everything. Once everything's final, I'll glue it up. This section is already glued up because I reused that from last time. These black polypropylene tubs, these two have been sitting out in the sun for 3 years. They're starting to deteriorate, but not hugely. So I'm probably going to get another year out of those, and I bought 2 fresh ones. So yeah, I'll keep that one in the shade this time so I can use that for a couple of years' time. But that's the plan. So in terms of cost, all the PVC bits is about 60 bucks, 70 bucks. The submersible pump is by far the most expensive bit. I think that was like 150. It's ridiculously powerful, vast overkill for this purpose. And those tubs are 40 bucks a piece, I think, and they've lasted 3 years, so that's not bad. Those nets are about 20 bucks each. There's 2 nets that I've sewn together along the long edge. And the electronics I'm using are pretty rudimentary. There's a little relay module and a ESP8266 that connects to my Wi-Fi and pulls down new parameters for the on and off times. And then it drives this wireless remote control, which does the switching the 240 via, so there's an air gap between the relay that's pressing the buttons on the remote control and the actual switching of the 240 for safety reasons. And that sits inside a bucket on bucket arrangement, and that is bulletproof. Like, that electronics has been in there for 3 years now, out in the subject to storms and such, so it's perfectly dry. Very good. Alrighty, that's about it. Bye bye.